This is Jenny Christensen with Friendly Podcasts, brought to you by the Friends Council on Education. In this podcast, Bill Ravdin, advancement consultant, recounts a real version of the widow's mite.
I remember a woman who lived on public assistance in high-rise public housing who used to send in $5 a year, and I knew that she literally changed the way she lived in order to pull that $5 together and make a gift to the school. But it was a school that had educated her two sons on scholarships, and it was her gratefulness for that education that caused her to send in $5. The interesting thing was that $5 was, in many respects, the single most significant gift that we received. And there were other people who sent in $5,000, never changed the way they lived, never scraped very hard for that, and could just as soon have sent in $25,000 and never missed that either. That seems to me puts us on a search for what is generous giving, because clearly the $5 donor in that case was being more than generous. And I think that we need to learn to define generosity the way Jesus defined it. And it is in Mark and Luke that Jesus tells the story of sitting by the treasury and watching the rich men come down and drop their offerings into the treasury. And along comes a widow who drops in 2 copper coins. And Jesus, in one of those wonderful verily statements, says to his disciples, "This poor woman has given more than all the rest of them combined. For they gave out of the abundance that was theirs, and she has given everything she had, even unto her living." And when we look at generous giving in those terms, there is not one of us that really measures up to generosity, but there also is not one of us that can't measure up if we put our minds to it and our hearts in really good sacrificial giving.
Thanks for joining us for Friendly Podcasts, brought to you by the Friends Council on Education, produced by Jenny Christensen at Strategy for Growth.